foster children to sleep.
Oh, and it's been a game changer.
Yeah, so you better watch your tone.
I will. Oh, only the highest respect for Ben.
Look, he can't even say it right because he know damn well our houses ain't nothing compared to his.
Ours combined is half the house, if that.
Lexi, I'm telling you, put them together. It's not even the wing. It's not even the great room.
Not even the East Wing. Joining us again behind the board running the show is Alex Strofe. How was your birthday going? Because it seems as if you have extended the celebration from Saturday through your day off Monday and looking for more birthday attention today?
Exactly that. Yeah. It's amazing you remembered, actually.
800-990-3776. Again, 800-990-ESPN. See us on YouTube at ESP Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. All I know, and, I like having a decent amount of control over, knowing what we're going to talk about. All I know is that Alex Strofe has a bone to pick with me and consider me scared.
You should be. So I received this text Saturday morning, which, of course, was my birthday, from a member of the panel. Happy birthday, bud. I'm truly thankful for our friendship and getting to work alongside you every day. My life is better with you, and you're the man. Who do you think that was from?
Oh, Brad.
Yeah. Yeah, that was from Brad.
Sincere. Really,
oh, my
really
gosh. I
just
puked listening to that.
Really nice message. Saturday morning, I received this text from a different member of the panel. Happy birthday, man. That's it. But
Kyle.
That was from Kyle, which was nice to receive.
Sincerely yours, Kyle.
Sincerely.
Later that evening, Brad Nortman, Kyle Wallace come out, have a few cocktails with me. I get to hang out with my buddies. You still have yet to wish me a happy birthday.
Why are you laughing?
You're withholding it from him, Ben.
God, you are so soft.
For a guy that is a birthday guy like you.
No, Josh DiMaggio already proclaimed that you have taken over the birthday guy of the office from me, which is great.
Which is fine. You never wished me a happy birthday.
Dude, we were texting the day of your birthday.
We were talking about Carter Gilmore and how many minutes he was playing for the Badgers.
That's what makes it worse. I literally...
We were texting him on your birthday
we talked
and never
on my birthday, and you didn't say at any point, hey, happy birthday.
That is egregious. That's terrible. The reason why I sent him that happy birthday that way is because he texts us super early in the morning on a Saturday. I don't know why you need to text at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, but we had a conversation.
It was like 9:30.
I don't know. It just seemed too early to be hearing from you. And so I responded. I laughed. I said, oh, I didn't wish him a happy birthday. So later on, like 2 hours later, I wish you a happy birthday. And I can't believe that didn't trigger you to want to say happy birthday to the man.
Wait, was that in our group text?
Yes.
Yeah.
So...
And
did you say happy birthday in the group text?
Yes, you did.
Oh, crap. Then that's on me, because my excuse right now is going to be with 3 of my closest friends at Wisconsin. We always send happy birthday in the group text, so it reminds us.
Excuse. Yeah, Kyle did that.
Yeah, he did that. So I got no excuse. What I was going to do is I was 110% going to send you a very hefty Venmo to buy drinks for everyone who was at your gathering.
Okay, what happened?
Yeah,
what happened?
That did not go through.
I didn't get my drink on Ben Bruss on Saturday.
You must have went to the wrong Alex Strofe.
You actually know who Venmo'd me for a round on Saturday.
Josh DiMaggio's mom.
No, Jesse Nelson.
Wow. You are...
I wonder if he used the $50 I Venmo'd him for his wedding.
You Venmo'd him money for his wedding.
So you Venmo'd Jesse for his wedding. You meant to send us money for a round. You meant to send a text in the group chat. You did none of it.
My bad.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, you don't even want to know the worst. He didn't send us money, but guess what he did? He was buying a whole bunch of... Did you say that on air?
I think so.
Okay. He was.
I don't know.
What is
I don't think I said it on air. But I'll say it. I was out and about. At 7 o'clock after the engagement party, we went to another bar. I was playing on a local slot machine. Lobster Mania was on fire.
Hell yeah.
I won like $450, $500 on Lobster Mania, so I
wow.
kept reinvesting into shots and drinks for everybody.
Brother. Lobster Mania.
Yeah.
He bought
everyone I was
food
with.
for people.
Oh, I bought $110 of Portillo's. I got a hot pepper, beef with hot peppers.
Oh, those are good.
7 hot dogs, a burger, 7
We gotta be mad
fries.
at him.
Yeah, none of that went to us or you.
This is the problem. You
See,
love him too much.
No, but here's the thing:
Lobster Mania had me distracted.
I think Strofe knows that I love him, and I don't know, I'm horrible with birthdays. I forgot to text my brother on his birthday one year. It's part of it.
Hey, you know what he just did? He just subtly dropped, Strofe knows I love him, so I let him get away with it.
That's not what I'm doing. It's the
That is
truth.
what you're doing. You're trying to butter him up.
I ain't kissing nobody's
you're
ass.
love bombing him. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, gaslighting.
Gaslighting him. Yes, that's the Gen Z word.
Gaslighting Strofe.
Stop
Yeah.
doing that. You didn't even apologize. He's yet to say happy
What am I
birthday.
going to apologize
still
for? It's
haven't
his
said it.
birthday. Like, he didn't turn 30. He didn't turn 21. What'd you turn, 26? You're
Yeah,
going to...
26.
It's inconsequential.
Yeah. Okay.
Does
fair
any
enough.
part of you want to wish him a happy belated birthday?
It's too late now.
I mean, I got 3 Facebook posts today, so I think
wow.
I think it's still in bounds.
Go ahead, Ben.
Happy birthday, Strofe.
Thanks, Benny.
You're welcome. Holy cow, man.
I don't like that.
Stinky Ben.
Stinky Ben. Stinky Ben.
Stinky Ben.
I can't even get a card for my fiance on her birthday. You should not be upset that I forgot to tell you happy birthday.
I mean, it's two words.
Like your fiance, I do have a piece of advice. I read the text Brad Nortman sent me.
Be more like Brad.
That's a good pull, Strophe.
all I know is that you are one of a kind, and you make me feel really good about how much you care about yourself and your birthday versus how much I used to. And it's also given me clarity that I used to be a douche and care too much about my birthday and everyone wishing me happy birthday, because that's what you're doing right now, giving me clarity
Wait,
as
come
to...
on. How are you turning this on him? You're
this-
the
this is-
enemy. You're
this
the
is
villain.
gaslighting.
You're the bad guy.
I literally thought you were going to take your own fiance's advice, be more like Brad. I thought this was about to start a soliloquy because you were
no!
like, I appreciate you. That
Why
was the
would I
first
set
words.
expectations for myself moving forward that I can't meet now?
And then you dragged Strofe when you forgot his birthday. Wild.
Joe and the
Did you
Boonies,
forget?
guy pigged out on Portillo's over Strofe's birthday. Ben, again, be more like Brad. And Kyle, too.
Oh, wow.
Be more like Brad.
Yeah, look,
forget it?
no, that's the thing is, like, I knew. I just never did it.
Yeah, why didn't you respond to our text? We sent a great
Yeah,
text
I
message.
That's
sent-
of
I
us
sent the
worse.
three.
picture.
It's worse knowing and not
Essentially,
doing it.
I sent the picture that we took, the 3 of us. If you watched on YouTube yesterday, you saw it.
Yeah, crickets.
I sent it to you to like say, hey, we miss you. Because obviously it's the 4 of us every day.
Zero comments still from it.
Yeah.
No, I loved
No
it.
response.
I loved it the next morning.
Ooh, I don't know if you did.
Yeah, go back and check it.
The next morning.
The next
it wasn't
morning.
even the day up. We sent it at like 7
Well,
o'clock at
he's
night.
fine with belated wishes, if we found out here.
Well, I'd prefer normal wishes.
For
but-
somebody that cries about not being able to hang out with people
Yeah.
and talking about, hey, Kyle's not my friend. You sure are a bad friend here. I see why Strophe don't mess with him. You know what? You got me, you got Brad. You don't need him.
Are you and I friends?
We're buddies. You said it earlier. We're buddies.
I'll take buddies.
We're
I'll take
buddies.
buddies.
We're buddies.
Taking advice from a guy you're not even friends with.
We're going to hang out.
You know who showed up on my birthday? Kyle.
And I stuck around. I was there for 4-5 hours. Wasn't
He's,
it?
was.
wow.
he's bragging about having to stick around
I
your
stuck- I
birthday.
was around there for 4-5 hours.
remember when he said that he doesn't really hang out with people outside of work?
Yeah,
Guess what he did on Saturday?
And guess
Yeah.
what? Guess what he said to me? He ain't ever going to do it again.
Never again. I had
That's
my,
okay.
I had my one. I'm good.
Your
He
punch card
showed
on
up when
Stroke's
it mattered
birthday.
most to me.
You know
Strofe,
what?
you should put a reminder in your phone, Ben, about Strofe's birthday for next year. Put a reminder 360.
I do that
1
for
days.
everyone who's really important.
He
to me.
considered
wow.
a hefty Venmo, he said. What? Define hefty for
like
me.
$50 to buy you
So
some shots.
why didn't you send it?
I was at a party myself.
You can still-
Lobster
you can
Mania.
still
Lobster
send it.
Mania. I'm not gonna lie. I never went on slots at a
Is
bar.
that real? Lobster Mania?
Oh yeah, great game. The bonus games were hitting Strofe.
How close did you get to sending it? Did you open the
Oh no,
Venmo
I
app?
never opened it. I was like,
Just only a thought.
Later today for his party. Actually, I might have thought that on Friday when Kyle was talking off air about trying to figure out if he should show up or not.
He did. I don't know why you're trying to throw him in the
I don't
doghouse.
recall ever having that conversation. I was always going to show up. It was a surprise. I didn't want to break the surprise.
I didn't know.
All
there
right, how
was a
about
party.
this? 800-990-3776. If you could text in happy birthday to Alex Strofe on behalf of Ben Brust,
No, it's okay.
that would
It's
be
okay.
wonderful.
I don't need
Let's
it.
make him feel special
No,
since I didn't do a good
No,
job.
I don't need it.
You know who I make feel special? You know who I care about the most, Strofe? It's not you. It's not it is my fiance.
Oh, wow.
It's almost.
Be
You
more
didn't even
like
throw it
I
at
almost
me.
just got thrown out the house.
Whoa.
My daughter is number one, and I'm sorry. She is number one forever. I have recently created a song for her that I've been singing throughout the house to her. This morning, I dropped off my daughter at daycare, and I think it's an in-home daycare. I think the lady that runs the daycare might think I'm crazy because as I do my high-pitched, I love you, honey. Like, I can't wait to see you later.
That's how you
Like,
talk to her?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Hi, baby.
Is that what you do to
Hi.
kids?
Hi, how are you?
Is there a reason why
You
we
sound like
can't
Elmo
believe
on drugs.
You do. You sound like a clown.
And so I started singing her a song over the weekend, and I sang it into a microphone for you all to hear. Hi, honey. I love you. What is it like being the cutest girl in the entire world? What is it like being the cutest girl in the entire world? Hey, what is it like being the cutest girl in the entire world? I love you.
So
wow.
we're supposed to be respectful because it's his daughter, so I can't say anything negative.
You say what you want to say,
That was
Kyle.
trash, bro.
What do you mean that was trash?
Dude, what is it like being the cutest girl in the world? That's so easy and so simple. That's nothing.
You didn't make that up. You said you made up a lullaby. You invented one.
I did.
one
That's my
line.
masterpiece.
It's one line repeated 4 times.
It's 12 words.
You
What is
gave-
it like being the cutest girl in the entire world? 12 words.
You don't say her name. You don't get any characteristics about something that's so cute about her. Her button nose, her cute little toes. You didn't do anything. This is for anybody. I can say that to a dang pillow or a teddy bear.
And what's worse, it was just played over these airwaves. We know that podcasts are created from this. This is going to exist forever. She's going to be 18 years old.
I can't wait to play it for her.
And she's just going to be like,
My
Dad,
dad's
you
a
are that
loser."
dad.
My dad's a loser?
Yeah, that's what he's gonna say. Yeah, that was pretty loser.
Is she going to be embarrassed of me?
Oh, yeah. She already probably
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
You say you as you leave for daycare.
She smiled after I sang it.
You know what the other kids are probably saying to her? Like, that's your dad? That creepy dude? That does her son
Whoa.
at daycare.
Again, be careful. Watch your tongue, Brad.
No, Brad.
I'm
I've been
a little
giving
too
you dad
reliant on Ben
advice.
right now.
No. See, now
What is
what he
it
does.
like being the cutest girl?
Oh, that's terrible.
The
Stop.
cutest girl.
I love you.
What is it like being the cutest girl in the entire world? Come on, guys. You don't love it?
I was expecting more creativity.
Yeah.
JJ and
there.
Poinette, pardon me while I vomit from Ben's musical interlude.
Yeah, I say put it in the trash and start something new. Baby girl deserves more than that.
Well, if I get permission from my fiance, her parents made a really good lullaby that we sing to her when she's in distress, and it's actually creative
Why can't you sing it?
because her name's in it. I don't know if we want to
Can you
use it.
just change it to Kyle?
No, because her name rhymes with words,
Her name rhymes with other words, doesn't it?
but not for the song. Damn it!
I'm trying to think of what words rhymes with.
Well, let me work on permission, and we'll be right back. As Brad wants a number one wide receiver, he's sick of this mediocre. Is that fair? Mediocre wide receiver.
Yeah, the
Smorgasbord?
Packers, they lead the NFL.
It's a smorgasbord of wide receivers, but no one's really being elite consistently.
inconsistent. Leads the NFL in drops. I want a wide receiver one, darn it.
We had the damn conversation about how this is going to be the greatest thing ever, and everyone convinced themselves that this would be the greatest thing ever. I'm not feeling the greatest thing ever about the wide receiver core either. So I want to hear from Brad, 800-990-3776. What is it like being the cutest girl in the entire world?
This is Kyle Broston Nortman.
No, some of those things I say act like I think I'm something that I'm not.
I mean, you can say finna. Say, listen, I'm finna do this show here from 5 to 6.
I'm finna do the shot.
The Homer Hour finna be lit from
Fin
5 to
to.
6.
No, I'll
It
never say that again.
It rolls though, doesn't
No,
it?
it doesn't. It's not me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kevin Moret for Mentality Health. Guys, do you know that the average free testosterone level we see in men is just a third of what it should be? Try doing your day with only a third of the energy, strength, and drive that you need, with a third of the hormone that drives it. Drained energy, lack of motivation, you won't recognize yourself. We can fix that. Our doctors work closely with you to restore back 100% free testosterone. Nothing will change until you do. Book your $55 blood test today to find out how you stack up at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Wallace. Right now at Universal Windows Direct, get 0% financing for 60 months, restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com to schedule your free in-home estimate.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal
College hockey returns to Fiserv Forum with the 4th annual Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off, December 28th and 29th.
The Wisconsin Badgers return to defend their title, facing the Ferris State Bulldogs in semifinal action on day one. The Yukon Huskies and Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks will battle for the other spot in the championship game.
Don't miss the college hockey action coming to Milwaukee and see who wins the championship on day 2. Secure your seats today at Ticketmaster.com.
Brighten up your home, workplace, or event with flowers and trust Welke's Milwaukee Florist to be your local florist. Welke's is family owned and has delivered beauty for customers and businesses for well over 100 years. Join Welke's flower subscription so your home is always fresh, or discover the benefits of creating a corporate account and leave the work to them. Welke's Milwaukee Florist has locations in Elm Grove and at 56th and North in Milwaukee. Go to Welkes.com, that's WELKES.com for more info and to place an order.
You're back at the gym. Your new gym outfit? On point. Your new sneakers? Baller. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee free with no minimum balance requirements. So when you take your first yoga class in 10 months, your body might surprise you, but your checking account won't. You've got this with Access Checking from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at Right Choice Tax Resolution Services. We have recently talked with a number of new clients who told us the same story. They had a tax situation and went with one of those national firms with the TV and radio ads. You know the ones. They guarantee they can settle your tax owed for pennies on the dollar. They take a $10,000 fee up front, and then you never hear from them again. We are a local firm and just want to help you resolve your situation so you can get on with your life. Don't let your bank account get wiped out, your paycheck or Social Security check get garnished, or a lien put on your house so you can't sell it or get refinanced. The state can even put a hold on your occupational license. What happens when the hospital finds out your nursing license is suspended or you can't sell insurance anymore? Make the right choice and call 844-222-1192 or visit rightchoicetax.us today. Schedule a free meeting so we can talk and come up with a solution to solve your situation now. If you wait, it will not go away. The first meeting is free. Call now, 844-222-1192, or visit rightchoicetax.us.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you
What a bump back for Alex Stroh. What we do know is I have not gotten permission to sing the real song with my daughter's name per my fiance. But as I sang the song, we will get right into Green Bay Packers, I promise. A lot of happy birthdays to Alex Stroh on the text line. We can use Kyle's name in place of my daughter's name. So shall we try it?
I'm all ears.
Kyle, would you like to be my daughter?
Little baby Kyle. Hey, baby Kyle.
Hey, baby Kyle.
Baby Kyle, how you doing?
I mean, I am adorable.
Kyle, Kyle, little one, you are brighter than the sun. We love you more each day and can't wait to come and play. Kyle, Kyle, you're so fun as we watch you jump and run.
Oh, that's so good.
That's really
That's
good.
much better than that trash you sang or you recorded.
That's a beautiful lullaby.
That
beautiful.
was good. That was good.
Creativity.
I love how he
multiple
giggled
different
like a
lines.
baby in the middle of it.
Yeah, you cooed a little bit.
I felt it.
You're so beautiful.
You didn't write that.
No, her parents did.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's
It's,
magical.
it's 10 times better than what I put together.
All right, let's talk about the Packers now.
Oh, okay. Should we? Is
I'm
that what
over
we're here
this.
for?
I'm over this.
Yeah, kidless Strofe. Matt, it's not about his birthday, so we got to talk about the Green Bay Packers, which I'm fine with because, Brad, I'm with you. They need somebody to emerge as a number one wide receiver, and if it's not on this team, what do they do?
Yeah, guys, it's starting to get to the point in the season where we had this idea that this wide receiver by committee, having a bunch of B wide receivers, was going to be the solution, right? But as I'm looking at this and particularly comparing to different teams, I'm over it. I want a bona fide number one wide receiver. And I don't care how the Packers get it. Either someone needs to emerge from this group as a bona fide number one wide receiver, or the Packers need to prioritize it in the draft, looking at a first round draft pick wide receiver type mentality. Because let's look at the Green Bay Packers. I mean, they lead the NFL in dropped passes. 32 of 32 teams, they have the most dropped passes. And it's evenly spread, guys. Number one of all the wide receivers in the NFL in drop passes, Dontavian Wicks. Number 2, Jaden Reed. Number 9th, Romeo Doubs. 3 of their 4 top receivers are in the top 10 in drop passes and have number 1 and number 2 spots. And that leaves Christian Watson. Well, Christian Watson has some of the most memorable drops. He might not have the quantity, but he's got big play drops. So that's a drop standpoint. But even then, the inconsistency, guys. I don't know what receiver on any given game is going to show up and be the guy. So imagine what Jordan Love is thinking. I don't know which guy is going to be the guy that I can count on, rely on for the big game. The biggest weapons right now for the Green Bay Packers are Tucker Kraft and Josh Jacobs. None of the 4 wide receivers we thought would be bona fide. And this was solidified last night as I'm watching the Bengals play against the Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb gets an early touchdown. Jamar Chase just does whatever the heck he wants to do. He is unguardable.
Horrible game plan playing zone against Jamar Chase.
Yeah,
but zone or man, that guy gets open and he is a machine.
When you have a top quarterback like Joe Burrow and a top wide receiving threat like Jamar Chase, now I know those guys don't grow on trees, right? I know that. But it's almost unstoppable when you have that kind of relationship and duo. So I look at this Packer team and say, look, I need someone to emerge. None of these guys are taking that step this year to be the wide receiver 1. Jordan Love needs a wide receiver 1 for this team to take the next step. All great teams tend to have that guy, whether it be a tight end or a wide receiver, and the Packers need it because I look around the league, I see these other dudes who are seemingly unstoppable. That will be the unlocking of this Packers offense to take it to the next level.
And if you wanted to play devil's advocate for a second, you could say the Bengals are not anywhere near where the Packers are in record, but they did put up a really interesting graphic that they are 2-4, the Bengals, when scoring 30-plus points. The rest of the league is like 98-5 when scoring 30-plus points. So, it is an anomaly that they're losing, but you can still see the power of what a number 1 wide receiver does. And before the season, we were all talking about it. I know, Kyle, you were excited about it. I don't need no wide receiver 1. We got all these guys that are going to grow into their role, and it's kind of been underwhelming.
Yeah, I admit it has been underwhelming watching the guys go out there, but I'm not going to the point where I feel like we need to prioritize getting a number 1 wide receiver early in this draft. I see entirely too many holes on this football team defensively for us to be able to prioritize this. I think you're overselling, really, the lack of production. They've been a productive crew, but they just have not been a consistent crew, right? You have too many times where guys are elevating their play. Romeo Doubs, he's playing well one day, and then now he's not playing well, and now he's out with a concussion, right? Jaden Reed started the season hot, and then all of a sudden he went multiple games where he's not doing too much. Christian Watson might be quiet for a couple of days, and boom, he's out there. Tay Wicks forgets how to catch for a couple games, then he makes some nice touchdowns, right? And so overall, I think it's the lack of consistency which would lead you to say these guys, they need a number 1 wide receiver. But the way that I look at it as these are still a whole bunch of young guys. Everybody I just said is still early in their career. We're talking about 2nd and 3rd year guys. And remember, they were not elite talent coming out of the NFL. None of these guys, maybe Christian Watson has some whispers or maybe crawling all the way up to the 1st round, but most of these guys were going to be 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th round draft picks that you were drafting, and so you're going to have to wait for them to actually have to develop. That's the stage that we're at. These guys were not instant impact guys whatsoever. These guys were guys who were going to draft. They can make an impact, but develop into the star that they're going to be. I'm not going to quit on Jaden Reed being a number 1 wide receiver. I'm not ready to quit on Christian Watson as he continues to emerge. And you know what? When it comes to Romeo Doubs, I just need him to be healthy and be a great quality number 3 wide receiver. But I'm not ready to say we need to get a number 1 guy right now. That's great. Everybody wants a number 1 guy, but I don't think the priority is as high as you think it is.
800-990-3776 on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. That's where you can find us. And on Twitter, X at KBN ESPN, the poll is up. Is there a Packer? Is the Packers wide receiver 1 on their current roster? Do they have a wide receiver 1? Whether it's this year or next year. are they on the roster? Because the first text I get about this conversation is people already looking at free agents. T. Higgins, Godwin. I don't even know if those are bona fide number ones that you're looking for in this conversation. I'd almost rather roll the dice and say, all right, let's choose a guy of what we like the most on this team to jump into that role moving forward. But I also am like, I don't know if we're in a good place right there either.
Yeah, look, there's two extremes that I think are healthy areas to be when it comes to wide receivers. Either you have a bona fide number one, and I mean a bona fide number one.
Every time you say bona fide, I keep thinking of the Stephen A. bona fide scrub.
He's a bona fide scrub.
For real, though. I feel like he's saying it more since we had that.
Scrub. He can't play. Either you have a guy like Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb. Just guys that are Amon-Ra St. Brown that can consistently produce, and you pay them like that, right? And then they end up having a big chunk of the cap. Or you've got a bunch of young guys that are cheap that all try to collectively perform to that level like the Packers do. I think the worst thing you can do is bring in a guy like T. Higgins. Think about like what my Jacksonville Jaguars did with like Gabe Davis, paying him $15 million, $20 million for a wide receiver two that you're trying to make a wide receiver one. I don't think that's the way to go. You don't go to free agency. You either need to draft them and prioritize it in the draft because Goody hasn't had great defensive first-round draft picks anyway, so you might as well create a high-octane offense, or you need to rely on someone stepping up and doing that. The only receiver that I can see having that potential is Jaden Reed. He's playmaking ability, he's tough, he's consistent, he's reliable, and it is dumbfounding to me as to why the last 4 games he has 8 receptions. It really makes no sense to me. He should be featured. You should give him the ball early and often. So if you're looking at a guy that is on the roster, it's Jaden Reed. Outside of him, I just don't see it. Now, will he take that step? I feel like early on we saw signs of it, but we haven't seen it consistently. So the jury's still out on if he can actually be that guy.
Yeah, I think it's very unfortunate that Matt LaFleur hasn't done a good enough job in these last couple of weeks, and he'll admit it, to being able to get him the ball. I know Jason Wilde joined us yesterday on our show. You can always listen back on Wisconsin On Demand when Jason Wilde joins us. But Jason talked about, he asked a question of Matt LaFleur, and Matt LaFleur said, we only have 44 offensive plays. Like, you can only do so much when you have so few plays. So overall, I think it's going to be an emphasis moving on, just like we saw when Romeo Doubs had his episode where he went AWOL, he went missing, he didn't show up to practice, he got suspended for the game, and then all of a sudden they force-fed him. I think you'll find that with Jaden Reed, but in the difference in that, Romeo Doubs, tremendous receiver. Jaden Reed, complete difference maker. You give him the ball, he is a great weapon, and he can change the game for you. So I definitely think there'll be an emphasis on making sure that Jaden Reed gets the ball, whether it's out the backfield, a swing pass, or catching it downfield. Jaden Reed will touch the rock this week.
He should, but it still doesn't give me clarity on the question of, is the Packers wide receiver one on their current roster? But this conversation started from Brad watching Jamar Chase yesterday, and I'm sure like you did, like I did, like we all might have, went to ESPN Plus or Disney Plus.
Doe is correct, and that's what the Cowboys said yesterday. It said, Doe, how do we allow for this block punt? And then we smuffed it, and they got the ball back, and then Joe Burrow found Jamar Chase. And I'm telling y'all this right now, if you missed last night's Monday Night Football game, the Bart Simpson-led Bengals took down the Homer Simpson-led Cowboys in an unforgettable game, and you can watch the video on demand now. Yes, you can watch it on demand now. Woo! The Simpsons Fun Day football stream last night on Disney Plus and ESPN Plus. It was a real-time animated Monday Night Football game featuring the Bengals and the Cowboys in the iconic Simpsons cartoon world. The Simpsons Fun Day football was a true family affair as Bart Simpson sided with Burrow and the Bengals while Homer aligned with CeeDee Lamb and the Cowboys in the Springfield's Adams Stadium. So again, it was great to watch. I love when they do this. Make sure you download ESPN Plus and Disney Plus, and seeing two great things I love like NFL football and the Simpsons coming together was a wonderful thing to see. Again, the Simpsons Fun Day football streamed last night on Disney Plus and ESPN Plus, and they are also on your mobile devices with NFL Plus and video on demand, and it can be watched now. It's the perfect football game to watch with everyone. Simpsons, NFL, perfect combination last night.
Mark Tauscher, Packers Hall of Famer. I'm curious to see his response to what we just asked all of you as the responses keep coming in about the Packers wide receiver room. Is the Packers wide receiver one on the current roster? Yes, somebody develops right now, 67%. No, not on the team, 33%. We will get Mark Tauscher's feedback, the Packer Hall of Famer, right here on Kyle Brust and Nortman. Next.
You're listening to Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Listen, Diana, that's her name. Listen, we all about positive manifestation. I like you, Diana. All it is
Dirty
negative.
Diana.
Criticize.
Dirty Diana.
I love you, Kyle.
Love you too, girl.
I love you, Kyle.
I love you too. That's what I'm talking about. The real Packer Nation.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Greg Matzek, Gary Ellerson, the day after reaction show you need in your life.
This offense, Matt LaFleur's side of the ball, dragged this whole team through where they are right now.
It's Potawatomi Sportsbook Football Mondays with Greg and Gary.
The defense got hot at the right time. That might be what we're seeing here with the Packers defense as well.
Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Studios from 6 to 8 p.m. every Monday on 94.5 ESPN.
Bengo made his list and checked it twice. Turns out Bucs fans are really nice. Slay the holidays with a limited time ticket offer that will land you at the top of Bengo's nice list. Score gifts for the Bucs fans in your life and treat yourself too. Holiday packages feature ticket codes to redeem now or use later, exclusive Bucs holiday items, and an e-gift card that can be used to eat, drink, and be merry at Fiserv Forum. Explore options at bucks.com/deal season.
It's your last chance to snag Dell Technologies' lowest prices of the year before the holidays. The future is on sale today with limited time deals on select PCs like the XPS 16 that accelerate AI with Intel Core Ultra processors. This is their biggest sale of the year and the best time to upgrade, but it's only here for a limited time. Shop now at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! 'Tis the season for your business to grow going into 2025. But how? SnapshotMyBusiness.com gets you a snapshot of your online reputation, so you know what's being said about your business, naughty or nice. Have you looked? With your free snapshot from SnapshotMyBusiness.com, you'll find the people being naughty or nice about your business. Then fix your online reputation this holiday. SnapshotMyBusiness.com. Ho, ho, ho!
Hey, it's Jason Wilde, and I have the perfect gift idea for you. A custom holiday gift box filled with all your Kringle favorites from Racine Danish Kringles. There's no wrapping needed, and this season you can try their newest holiday pastry, Eggnog Kringle, created to bring festive cheer to your celebration. Filled with rich, creamy eggnog and topped with sweet icing and a sprinkle of cinnamon, it's perfect for sharing with loved ones. Go to Kringle.com to order or call 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles, it's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, phones, all gone. Be prepared for the next outage with a Generac home standby generator. After sensing a power outage, a Generac generator automatically restores your home's power, whether you're home or away. Power your life with a generator from Adams, Wisconsin's #1 rated Generac dealer. Adams provides sales, installation, maintenance, and 24/7 service from all locations. Learn why Adams is your best choice in providing power peace of mind. Visit adamspower.com today.
Did you know that military veterans in Wisconsin carry millions of dollars in debt? This holiday season, it's time to give back to those who have given so much. Verizon and the Milwaukee Bucks are teaming up with ForgiveCo to make a difference with the Verizon Debt Relief Program. All December long, Verizon and ForgiveCo will relieve $250,000 of debt each week to ease the burden on local heroes. To find out how military veterans and members can receive special Verizon offers, visit Verizon.com/military. Let's bring the spirit of giving to those who served.
Hey ESPN Milwaukee fans, Gary Austin here from our friends at Best Electric Service. An A-plus Better Business Bureau family owned and operated who have been serving you for over 50 years. No job is too big or too small, whether it's making panel upgrades to your home, new LED in lighting, electric vehicle charging, and all residential service calls. Best Electric provides quality service at fair prices. They are experienced and licensed electrical contractors ready to get to work. Connect with the Best Electric Service. Find out more at bestelect.com.
Mark Tauscher on Kyle Bruston Nortman is brought to you by Fleet Farm. Remember, if Fleet Farm doesn't have it, then you don't need it.
Joining us on Kyle Bruston Nortman is the Packers Hall of Famer. His name is Mark Tauscher. If you missed the players only during the Lions-Packers game on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. You should watch back or listen to Wilde and Tausch 9 to noon across these various stations to get insight, but we're happy to have them right now on the show. What's up, Old T?
What's up, boys?
Dissecting a lot of Green Bay Packers right now as we're in the home stretch here, and it's kind of interesting to me, Tausch, because I feel like collectively amongst Packer fans and maybe, I don't know, yourself, I don't know where you stood.
Benny, can I jump in quick and ask a question? Do you have the whole panel with you today? Or
whole panel.
Whole crew, Taushi.
Whole panel. Do you, Benny, Kyle, Nordy, believe that this Green Bay Packer team can win a Super Bowl this year?
Kyle, it's so funny you asked that. Kyle talked about this team, and I came to the conclusion at the end of the show that he truly doesn't believe they can win a Super Bowl.
Not what I don't know how he can. I truly believe that the Green Bay Packers can win a Super Bowl. My whole argument was the fact that I want to play the Lions again because I'm not afraid of them. I believe this football team can win a Super Bowl. They are not if I had to pick one, if you say, hey, you got to put $1 million on a team, it wouldn't be the Packers, but I do believe the Packers can win a Super Bowl this year. They're one of the probably maybe 5 or 6 teams in the NFL that have a legitimate shot.
Yeah, to me, my stance is like anything can happen, but I certainly wouldn't bet on them, and it doesn't seem like this is their year to win a Super Bowl. It would take a radical change, and honestly, I would be surprised if something happened to allow them to go all the way to the Super Bowl and win.
Yeah, the reason I'm on no is I feel like the momentum that they had later in the year last year started earlier than it is right now. So they'd have to start really showing something these last 4 weeks to really get people to believe that they can actually, as a wild card team, run the gamut and win a Super Bowl.
Just wait a second.
My final point.
Just wait a second. Go ahead, Nordy.
Well, I think they've got some fatal flaws that I don't see how they fix, which is going to get them in the end.
So, Benny, my point back to you is you're saying they have already hit their peak. Last year, the peak for this team, obviously they played great.
No, that's
Kansas
not what I
City
said.
and Detroit. That is what you.
I said they need to hit their peak and show that they have a peak. I haven't seen a peak.
Oh, okay. I misheard you. Okay, well, carry on.
Yeah. No, I mean, what do you think?
So I believe that this team can beat any team in the NFL. Do I think consistently they have what it takes to go through a gauntlet and do it on a consistent basis? We have not seen them do that yet, so I would be a fool to say, well, there's no question. But I think when Green Bay is at its best and they're playing their best football, absolutely they can. Can they do that with the gauntlet of having to go to Philly and go into Detroit? I don't think so.
And then the last part is winning the Super Bowl against an AFC team. Like, I mean, that's where I'm with you of like, it's a big task to ask a team that hasn't shown us throughout the season they can do it in the regular season to do it in the playoffs where it's even harder. And now sometimes, it's one and done. Anything can happen, but you like to have more confidence on what you've seen from this team collectively this late in the season. It's hard for me to say that they've given me enough reasons to believe that they could run the gamut in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think that's a fair, rational point to look at. But I think just to dismiss because Detroit's beaten them twice. Detroit just beat them at home. With Green Bay was pretty inefficient is the nicest way I can put it in the first half on offense. The question is going to be, is this defense going to be more like it was the first 5 or 6 weeks, or is it going to be more like what we've seen the last couple? And if it's going to be like it was against Detroit where you didn't feel like they were ever going to stop them unless they got a turnover, it's going to be tough because Philly's really good on offense, and obviously so is Detroit. And you're asking way too much from your own offense to not have any slip-ups with a team that's still pretty young. So that's why I think you'd have to lean that way. But I just – the amount of people that are saying you guys are being homers and all this other stuff, I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I'm definitely saying they definitely aren't, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely. I hear what you're saying. Like they've shown that they have the capability to beat any team in the NFL, but consistently it hasn't been there enough, and then the stakes get higher. And I think Brad made some points. Like you're not going to find a game-wrecking pass rusher, and who knows about the availability of Jair. The funny thing that I keep hearing is like, oh, the Packers are going to get healthy at the right time to the playoffs. Nobody can prognosticate that.
Well, I think the thought would be you get Jair back, maybe Edgerrin Cooper's back, and Romeo Dobbs is back. And at that point, you're pretty much, and if you get Jordan Morgan back to, provide a little more depth on the O-line, that's, knock on wood, this team has been pretty dang healthy this year. If you take the Jordan Love component out of it, where he missed 3 games in the 2.5 games, they won those games. This has not been a injury-riddled season by any stretch of the imagination for this team when you look at the big picture. And the few guys that have missed a bunch of time, hopefully see the end of the light here and get back out there and get a couple of games in before the playoffs kick started.
Well, we're talking with Old T, Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher here on Kyle Brust and Nortman. Now, Tausch, it does come a little bit of watching Jamar Chase and seeing other guys, Jefferson, Addison. I know Wildy's talked about Addison and Jefferson with us a little bit and what they've been able to do in the past game. Before this season and in training camp, all I think everyone was buying into was that the wide receiver room would emerge organically. And do you think the Packers have a wide receiver 1 on the roster, or is it something they're going to have to find elsewhere?
I don't think it's crystallized like I think a lot of us thought it would. I think talent-wise, Christian Watson's just different. Is he the most polished and the guy that I think can emerge as that guy? He is, but Jaden Reed, I think we get prisoner of the moment a bunch, and Jaden Reed, I think middle of the season, we would have all said, he's our guy. He's the number 1.
We all did.
But then he's had 3 or 4 weeks now where you don't see that. From number 1s, you can have some games that you get shut down, but not zeros. You just don't see number 1 wideouts not get the football. And
Tausch, really
I know
quickly, is that on Jaden? Is that on Matt? Or is that on Love?
I mean, the easy answer is everybody, but I do think Matt LaFleur has to schematically, if you get him a jet sweep, you have to kind of get guys engaged, because there's one thing you could say, well, we have him, he's the number 1 guy in the route. Well, you're going against the number 1 corner, and at some point, especially on first and second down, I think because just like shooting and all the other sports, finding a rhythm is a big thing, and that goes for wide receivers too.
Tausch, we were talking about the Packers making a Super Bowl run. Well, right now, it seems almost impossible to win the division, but almost certainly that the Packers will make the playoffs. There's already clinching scenarios going on right now. So as you look at the playoffs and seeding, does it matter to you what seed the Packers are? Or you look at it and say, okay, we're in, and you're going to have to go through the gauntlet either way. Does seeding matter to you now that they're almost guaranteed a wild card?
The only thing I would say is avoid the 7 seed. And I know I guess I was poo-pooing Washington because of some of their performances lately, but I don't think you want to have to go to Detroit or Philly in the first round. I think you'd prefer playing Tampa, Atlanta, or whoever comes out of the West. But the bottom line is, they're not going to win the division. I mean, it would take a minor miracle for everything to fall their way. You're going to have to go win 3 road games more likely, but in case there's upsets, I think you always want to get the highest seed. You want to be in that 5 spot in case Minnesota or if Detroit slips down there, you get that opportunity to potentially host if something does happen. But I think if you fall in that 5-6 slot and you're playing the winner of the South or the winner of the West, I think that is where you're at your best circumstances to try to get out of that first round.
Tausch, is this it for Rodgers? I mean, I heard some audio from Rob Demovsky basically saying that he doesn't think Rodgers is going to sign with another team. Is this going to be sad to see him go out like this? Blacklisted?
I don't know if it'll be sad. I mean, I think he's had 20-some years in the NFL. And, I think everybody wants the John Elway going out with, a championship and all that. But we all would love to go out in a big way. That's just not how the NFL works. And for Aaron, I think to be able to fight back from that Achilles, and if he can play 17 weeks, that is a heck of an accomplishment. I'll be fascinated to see if he's going to be intrigued and motivated to go play on a really small deal, which is what he'll have to do. I don't think he's going to get $50 million a year. I think it's going to be more along the lines of, what team is going to be looking to kind of have a bridge guy, and he's going to be a bridge guy now, not the guy because of his age and everything else. So if I had to wager, I would say that he will not play another snap in the NFL after this season.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Man. That is sad. Old T, though, I want to stick with the current because the conversation you brought to us is ultimately the most important thing to Packer fans about this team's opportunity to win a Super Bowl. You had said something that I had thought this, and I was like, hey, am I overthinking this one? And then I was affirmed by one text. Doesn't mean it's every text. Dave from Aaron chimes in. Makes me nervous that Tausch is talking about the Packers, who have been primarily healthy, and they couldn't take down the injury-riddled Lions in that moment. Kind of makes me feel like, even a little bit worse about their chances.
Yeah, I can understand that. I think it's always in the eye of the beholder as far as how all that stuff shakes out. But you played a team that had not lost at their place, and even though they're obviously banged up, you had them on the ropes and you had opportunities to win the game. You didn't. And I don't think there's going to be anybody in that locker room that is thinking, there's no way we're going to be able to beat these boys. I think it's the exact opposite. I think the motivation level, you never need to worry about that for a playoff game anyways, but I just feel like there's always that, man, we were so close. And you can look back at your hoops teams, Benny, in regards to, losing to Kentucky, and then the next year you get that. You don't get a lot of chances in life to kind of get a second chance at a second chance, and the Packers potentially could be in that spot.
Yeah, Tausch, real quick, man, before we let you go, I disagree with that question because of the fact, last time I checked it, bless you, Ben, we can all hear that.
It was off air.
Yeah. But no, everybody was injured on the defense, wasn't it? It wasn't the offense. The Lions were rather healthy on offense. They were missing their left tackle, but they were healthy on offense, and the offense chopped us up as they chopped up of everybody else. But offensively, the Packers struggled a little bit in the first half, but they lit them up in the second half. They adjusted and lit them up. So I don't know why we were concerned about them being injury-riddled. We destroyed their defense in the second half.
That's my point. When they get guys back, it'll be harder.
I don't know about you. I wasn't concerned at all about the injury riddleness. None. That's part of the deal. You got to overcome it.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, Detroit did and Green Bay didn't.
Anything for us before you maybe head off to basketball practice? How's the pick and roll going?
I'm going to run. I'm going to start putting in a press. We're going to press.
I like it.
Ooh,
zone or man?
Man. You got to go man. Nobody knows how to do zone press. Not at this level. Unless I can get you to come up here and help coach.
I'd love to. I'd love to get back in the hardwood.
I will get you the info and we'll get you up here. We can do a remote from the gym.
Kyle Bruston-Nortman live from the Tauschers basketball practice coming up to you in a show sometime soon.
I love that idea.
Play-by-play from Alex Strofe. That's why he's excited. Thanks, Tausch.
See you, guys.
It's Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer. Catch him on Willie and Tausch, 9 to noon across these very stations. Anyone feel better after that conversation? Deep sigh from Brad.
Oh, I do.
Shaking the head from Strofe.
Anytime Tausch agrees with me, I feel good. Tausch knows football, man. He got one of these.
Dude, Tausch knows football, and he's also leans pro-Packer.
Oh, he has
and
a ring,
he even
Brad.
said, I'd be a fool.
Place, Brad.
I'd be a fool.
Here's the thing I'm struggling with in my brain. A little mental gymnastics here on a Tuesday. Brad, you said you think it's Jaden Reed, right?
I think it will be Jaden Reed.
Yep. Tausch said Christian Watson. Obviously, we all know I'm a huge Jaden Reed fan, but my head goes to Dontavian Wicks as the guy that could eventually emerge to become a true number one.
If he gets rid of the Devontae Adams early young and drops.
Right. And that's who he's reminiscent of with how great he is at separating himself. We've got 3 legitimate guys that we think could evolve into it, but we haven't seen it now 2.5 years or a year and a half in, depending on the guy.
I think the word there that we're still figuring out if it's true is the legitimate word. I think it's still a potential word. Because if it was legitimate, we would see it.
More often than we have, for
Correct.
sure. Yeah, I agree.
So, I mean, it's semantics, but it's however you look at it.
Yeah.
And we'll continue to discuss the Packers wide receiver room, as well as the expectations you all had for Jordan Love in KBN Nation. I want to hear your thoughts on if he's met them or not. But, of course, Strofe, let's get the people ready. What is my record, and are you smarter than Ben Brust?
Could today be the day Ben Brust finally goes under 500? And are you smarter than Ben Brust? 25, and 7 is his record.
Did Brad run out of gas on the way home yesterday? Will I lose Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? You don't go anywhere. We're next.
This is Kyle Bruston-Nortman, KBN.
Subarus, anybody in the Subaru driving down Fond du Lac or Capitol,
wow.
I'm like, you are not where you need to be driving that slow.
I mean, if we're being honest, it's always the Subaru.
It is always a Subaru.
And they likely have a lot of bumper stickers.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Barry Alvarez, welcome into Kyle Bruston Nortman. How are you?
Your home for everything Wisconsin Badgers.
I want to run through a wall for you, Coach. I'll go squat the rest of my life and give me 1 year eligibility, and I'll do my damnedest to make you proud.
Ben, we're going to have to toughen you up a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of it.
I want to see you put your nose on somebody's chest.
364 more days till next year's hockey tryouts. I got to toughen up.
Weekdays from 2 to 5 on 94.5 ESPN and on ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In-person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman. Better is right around the corner in 2025. Feeling better, that is. Getting rid of that joint pain once and for all. QC Kinetics is your solution to finally getting that joint pain relief that you are looking for. When I went to QC Kinetics, I found them to be incredibly accommodating, knowledgeable, and personal to be able to take what I was dealing with and put me on my own individualized plan to pain relief. So no matter what you're dealing with, shoulders, knees, hips, or back, it was back for me. The medical professionals at QC Kinetics are going to use all the tools in their tool belt to help give you that pain relief you've been looking for. So many things that allow you to feel your best for a brand new year. If you've been told surgery is your only or best option, you deserve a second opinion. Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation to live your best life in 2025. Call 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel from ESPN Milwaukee's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. You know how much I love and trust X Golf with my golf game. Whether we're talking about Brookfield or Mequon, the state-of-the-art simulators, the custom golf clubs they can build, the lessons you can get from their PGA pros. Secretly, one of my favorite things is after my round. In fact, most Fridays, you can find me in Brookfield at the bar enjoying a nice cold drink, maybe having some of the food that they have from their incredible menu. This can happen for you too. Go to xgolfbrookfield.com or xgolfmequon.com to book your tee time today.
At Grunberg Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Grunberg Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Show the world what your business is made of with 3 Tree Marketing.
So at 3 Tree, we're storytellers through merchandise. Every brand we work with has a unique story, and we're there to tell it using merchandise, display, appreciation, and gifting.
President Kevin Van Rossum knows that's important.
There's promo peddlers again, or tchotchke vendors, or whatever cliche people want to use. But we work with our client partners to become an extension of their team. We provide ideas, unique offerings that fit budget, timing, as well as messaging.
Check out why 3 Tree is the partner you need. 3treemarketing.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. Well, if you need a bath or shower remodel this holiday season, turn to Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
You're listening to Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It has been a journey since the beginning of Kyle Bruston Nortman. I got off to a really good start in Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? My name's Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe running the show, UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776. Watching on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison, and running the show at the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison Studios is... nobody.
Took a break.
Where are you? Do your job.
I was doing other jobs, Ben. I'm sorry.
Oh, here we go.
This isn't my
Mr.
only
Defensive.
thing, I know.
Mr. Defensive, Hunter Vaughn. There he is. Can't take ownership. There he is. Good to have Hunter
only
Vaughn.
taking ownership of Prep Mania things getting recorded and doing other things.
Oh, my
I'm
gosh.
sorry.
Mr. Defensive. I work hard. I work hard. I like it.
You guys
Harder than you.
It's a work hard off.
I love the Madison office, but I don't know. With Ben Bruss was in the Madison office, Strofe was in the Madison office, Hunter's in the Madison office. You got the hall monitor in the Madison office. Just a lot of pent up aggression and anger.
Did you see that? I was just having some fun, and Hunter went all 110% serious mode on us.
He said, "Hello, McFly." Anybody there? I was like, I'm over here working.
So where I was going with this is collectively across both stations, we have been searching to get Ben Brust at under 500 in Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? And Alex Strofe has made it his personal goal in life, and then he can die a happy man if I get under 500. Here's how we got to where we are.
Previously on Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? 3 weeks ago.
Which country has the most natural lakes in the world?
Wisconsin? Minnesota.
2 weeks ago.
Which gas do plants absorb during photosynthesis?
Carbon dioxide.
Oh, no!
That's a 7.
No!
Last week.
Who is the author of the Iliad and the Odyssey?
I don't know.
Did he lose by 1?
Brian got him.
2?
Lost by 2.
Hey!
And a 4. Let's go! 25, 25, and 7.
He got nervous.
Never has he been under 500.
This is the most confident I've ever heard Brad speak on this show. 25, 25, and 7.
That's Bradford coming out right there.
Time for you
need
to be the
focus
difference.
up. You over here throwing shade at Hunter. You throwing shade
Today's
at
the day,
Brad.
boys. I feel good.
I have the questions in front of me.
It's time for KBN Nation to show up. Caller 15, 800-990-3776. You get 15 questions in 90 seconds. You're allowed to say skip or pass. If you beat me, you win a $25 gift card and the pride of putting me under 500. Call if you believe that you will beat me in Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Caller 15, 800-990-3776. 800-990-3776. Caller 15, Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? In 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Next.
Kevin Moret for Mentality Men's Health. I know that a guy's confidence comes from many sources. For our clients, the way they look is a big driver. When you have the muscle mass and the muscle tone, it changes the way you carry yourself. Did you know that 70% of Mentality clients have increased muscle mass and muscle tone through testosterone and peptide therapy? Their confidence is back and everyone can see it. If you want to recapture the way you look and felt years ago, join the over 25,000 clients and start today. Go to mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Cousin Subs is spicing things up this fall with a new sub and a delicious shake. The Chipotle Cheesesteak Sub with either grilled-to-order chicken or steak features pepper jack cheese, sauteed green peppers and onions, jalapenos, and Chipotle ranch dressing. And that's not all. Pair your Chipotle cheesesteak with a delicious mint shake and your taste buds will fall in love. Order in-store, online, or via the mobile app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
It's WTMJ's Brandon Snide for Wisconsin Harley-Davidson. The holiday season is here, and Wisconsin Harley-Davidson has you covered. Now through December 28th, when you purchase any new Harley-Davidson motorcycle, you'll receive a shopping spree. See Sales Associate for details, only valid on new bike purchases. December is full of shopping treats. Follow Wisconsin Harley-Davidson's Facebook page and Instagram for more details, and be sure to check out WISHD.com. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson, your destination dealer.
With a local Milwaukee team, Fifth Third Bank knows what success looks like. They've been serving businesses and individuals in the area for nearly 15 years, including a long-standing commitment to the healthcare industry. From expansion to treasury management, Fifth Third offers a full suite of financial services and solutions across the healthcare spectrum to meet the complex moments you're navigating. Fifth Third Bank, National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Well, it's that time of the week. I mean, I'm telling you, I know last week I had some nerves in me. Stumbled over some questions. Bradford was not at the top of his game. I assure you, KBN Nation. I assure you, Kyle Walls, who is right in front of me. Alex Strofe, who's behind the glass, and the maestro of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? I will not stumble over my questions today. I will not be the reason why Ben Brust either falls below or above 500.
He sounds already more confident this week.
That's right.
He does. I like
it. Who gave you a little pep talk?
I looked at myself in the mirror and said, Bradford, darn it, you bring your A game. The KBN Nation relies on you. Strofe has been conducting this orchestra for months now, and we have been waiting. This has been like 15 months, guys. 15 months, and he's been above 500. Cannot happen again.
It's a lesson in accountability.
You know, and that's a man that made it to the NFL. He identified, you know what, I had a rough outing, but I'm not going to sulk it, and I'm not going to be mad about it. I'm going to bounce back, and that's what he's going to do today.
That's right. We're going to bounce back. And today, Steve in Kenosha is our participant, and Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, presented by Lakeland University. Steve, I brought my confidence today. Tell me you brought yours.
I am as confident as can be. I am putting Ben under 500.
Oh,
let's go, Steve. Come on, baby.
You can. Steve in Kenosha can forever be the man that puts Ben Brust below 500 on KBN. I can't wait another minute. Let's go ahead and spin it, Strophe.
For those of you who say Ben Brust is an idiot, here's your chance to be proven right. It's time to play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust is indeed presented by Lakeland University, and here's how we play every week. 15 questions in 90 seconds to get as many answers correct as you can. You're allowed to say pass, and we'll come back to it if you get through the rest. If you beat Ben Brust, if you put him below 500 for the first time in KBN history, you're going to have that crown, that dignity, and you're going to have a $25 gift card. Any questions, Steve?
Nope.
All right.
This guy is silky smooth. I feel good.
He's silky smooth. Let's get it going in 3, 2, 1. As of 2024, how many Olympic Games have been hosted in Africa?
1.
What is the heaviest naturally occurring element on Earth?
Pass.
In what year did the Berlin Wall fall?
89.
What is the only planet in the solar system that rotates clockwise?
Earth.
What is the pigment that gives plants their color green?
Chloroform.
What is the name of the fairy in Peter Pan?
Tinkerbell.
What is the colored part of the eye called?
Iris.
What are the dots on a domino officially called?
Points.
What is the official name of a lie detector test?
Pass.
What is the only mammal capable of true flight?
Ostrich.
Who is known as the father of... What was that? Oh, who is known as the father of evolution?
Darwin.
What instrument measures earthquakes?
Seismograph.
What is the national animal of Scotland?
That was terrible.
You can still answer.
Yeah, you can still answer.
National animal of Scotland.
The bear.
All right, before we give out his final score, seismograph, are we going to accept that?
No, isn't it a Richter scale?
No, it's seismometer.
Oh, no. Those are two different things.
I think we got to
Oh, Ben's not going to get that one either.
I'm going to do research. I have him down for a 5 spot as it stands.
I thought it was a Richter scale. What's the Richter scale? I thought that was the earthquake.
That's the scale in which it's measured on. The tool used to measure it is the size.
Okay, Ben's coming in. We gotta stop talking.
There he is.
I don't know who that man is outside the studio, but I love him. He says, "You got it, Ben."
Oh, wow. He's a Benny believer?
There's some out there, believe it or not.
All right, Ben, you ready? We are.
Real quick, the one that was just in question, we are going to accept it.
Of course you guys are going to accept it.
It's an acceptable answer.
Of course, you're already bending the rules before I go.
Google says it's true. That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, Ben, here we are. You are facing against Stephen Kenosha. You are at 500. Here's how you play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Presented by Lakeland University. 15 questions in 90 seconds. Get as many answers correct as you can. You're allowed to say pass, and we will come back to it if you get through the rest. If Stephen Kenosha beats you, he's going to have that crown of putting you below 500 and a $25 gift card in his hand. Any questions? No. Do you feel nervous?
Whoa, what was that noise?
I ran a little fast and I'm out of breath.
Making excuses.
Division 1 athlete making excuses.
Here we go.
This is going to be good.
Are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. As of 2024, how many Olympic Games have been hosted in Africa?
0.
What is the heaviest naturally occurring element on Earth?
Gold.
In what year did the Berlin Wall fall?
1974.
What is the only planet in the solar system that rotates clockwise?
Venus.
What is the pigment that gives plants their color green?
Don't know.
What is the name of the fairy in Peter Pan?
Oh, Lord. Pass.
What is the colored part of the
Cupid.
eye called? Okay.
Keep going.
What is the colored part of the eye called?
Pupil. No. I don't know.
What are the dots on a domino officially called?
Numbers.
What is the official name for a lie detector test?
Polygraph.
What is the only mammal capable of true flight?
A penguin.
Who is known as the father of evolution?
Oh my God, I'm blanking. Darwin.
What instrument measures earthquakes?
Richter.
What is the national animal of Scotland?
Bunnies.
What is the tallest mountain in North America?
All right, this is my last chance, I guess.
Damn! He doesn't let you answer the question?
What did it matter?
Boy, throw a party, state of Wisconsin.
Would it have mattered with the one you counted?
You could have tied.
Then it did matter.
No,
it didn't matter.
it didn't. No, it didn't.
It didn't matter.
No,
I'll explain it when we get there.
Did it matter? 800-990-3776, YouTube, at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison. If it mattered, let me know, because Strofe was really quick to ding-dong dishes wet dead me without
give your answer for the
tallest mountain in North America. You have 5 seconds.
The Rockies.
Wrong. That's a 4 spot.
I would have got it right if you guys didn't put me under the spot right now.
He had a 6 spot. You had a 4
doesn't
spot.
matter. I didn't have a true opportunity to think in the moment of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
Ben, it's okay.
No, it's not okay. Everything should be done by the book, and Mr. Producer wanted to win so bad he jumped the gun. 800-990-3776. What were they talking about when I was not in the studio they gave a yes to?
Relax.
You lost.
You lost. The talent win. Take a breath. Take a breath.
It got defensive, man. 15 months of above 500, and then the minute you're below.
Yeah, because you guys are playing tricks and games and colluding and doing nonsense.
Bobby Knight, man. Tearing stuff up.
Let's jump straight to that.
Bobby Knight.
Yeah, KBN Nation audits this. They listen. They can chime in.
Jump straight to question 12, Brad.
Question 12. What instrument measures earthquakes? The answer we have on the sheet is seismometer. Steve said.
Wait! Before he even says it, can you Google what the answer could be? I want you to Google what you think the instrument is.
What instrument measures earthquakes?
I thought it was a Richter scale too, Ben. So I'm just as dumb as you are.
Shut up, Kyle. Damn.
What's the answer?
Seismographs.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
And seismometers.
He said seismograph.
So is anybody cheat you?
Do you accept?
So my problem with no, this is a legitimate problem. My problem is the question made by Alex Strofe led to two different answers. You should have said what instrument.
Ben, penguins can't fly.
That has nothing to do with how you're using AI to write the questions and having multiple
Cupid
answers.
is a fictional character.
That is true.
Well, so is Tinkerbell.
Again, this has nothing to do with my bad answers.
No,
this has everything to do with how you're writing the questions and the
You lost by 2.
absolute integrity of how you're doing. Are you smarter than Ben?
There's
Brown?
integrity in a game you've notably cheated on before?
I've never cheated on this, so don't try and Greg Scalzo this. This is ridiculous.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, so loser.
I was the Karen of the show.
We should start singing to him like he does his baby.
Chris, Ben, Are You Smarter Than Ben Bruss has lost all of its integrity.
Oh, stop it, Chris. Stop it. That's not true. Not true at all. Not true at all. This was legit. And I had you look it up and you gave the answer. Why are you looking at it?
I'm trying to see if I have any more defenders. Answer the phone, Strofe, see if he's on my side.
Right, you want to go through the answers?
Let's start going through the answers here, okay? It's enough hubbub.
No, there's not hubbub. This entire segment is under investigation until further notice. I'll be sending a request to the content directors of ESPN Madison, Jesse Nelson, ESPN Milwaukee, Brian D. They will go through ESPNWisconsinContest.com. They will make sure that the Strofe questions are according to the rules, and having multiple answers should not be how this is done, and it is not how it has been done in the past.
As soon as you drop under 500, the game's rigged. It's rigged.
Exactly.
No, I mean, because he literally told me that he goes home and thinks about how he can beat me, which means he is biased towards making sure that I win, which means the integrity must be upheld and I need to do a further investigation.
But KBN Nation needs to get the questions right as well. So it's an equal playing field because they don't know it either.
Ted, what do you got?
Good job, Brad.
Benny, you need a timeout. You need to go in the corner, man. Dude, you lost. Come on, man. Be a man. Suck it up.
That wasn't what I was looking for, Ted. Diana, what do you got?
Benny, everybody knows the fairy from Peter Pan is Tinkerbell.
Diana, that wasn't what I was looking for.
Except for Biddy.
800-990-3776. If you're a Benny believer, help me figure out how they rigged this, because this is what has happened.
Shall we just go through the ansers and really
don't womp cry about it, Jake? I don't like that.
Put to bed.
Penguins also aren't mammals.
What's that?
Penguins also aren't mammals.
All right, we're going to do the answers on
They're
their side.
birds.
I need to go upstairs and check with the proper authorities, and we will get to the answers of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust on the
You're
other
about to
side.
cry, aren't you?
You're going to talk about Underdog Fantasy. I'm going to make sure this was legit.
Oh, boy, I love me some Underdog Fantasy Sports and YouTube. We have had some explosive matchups with Underdog Fantasy. If you picked in the Pick'em game yesterday between the Cowboys, people throwing up a lot of points, and the Bengals, you probably won a lot of money if you picked higher. And I want you right now, KBN Nation, to join the over 5 million happy players who have won $2 billion playing the Underdog Fantasy Sports app, because Underdog makes it so fun and they make it so easy to cash in on all your favorite athletes' performances. You can make a play with only $1 or you can go big. And here's how it works. In their Pick'em game, you can win up to 1,000 times your money by simply selecting higher or lower on player stats. So whether or not it's higher than Joe Burrow having more than, higher than 300 yards or higher than Jamar Chase having higher than a touchdown, you can pick it and you can win on the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. Yes, on the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. So what I want y'all to do right now, KBN Nation, I want you to go to your phone. I want you to go to the Underdog Fantasy Sports app, and I want you to sign up. And when you sign up, because I love y'all, sign up using promo code KBN. That is promo code KBN, and Underdog will give you up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Yes, up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly when you sign up using promo code KBN on the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. I'm telling y'all this right now. I love watching sports with Underdog, and I want you to enjoy it as well. So download the app today. It must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concern your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
So Ben just came in here.
Saw that?
I didn't see it. I was spit.
Yeah, he's upset. He stormed out. he is not happy with us. So
This is a guy that doesn't know.
I
what
thought
it's like to
I legitimately thought it was an act, and then he came in here without any microphones on or any cameras on. He's upset. So we'll see if he even returns. Coming up next, it's Kyle Brust and Nortman, ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Giannis does look like a longer, he beats on his body, like kind of plays so rough you wonder about. Shut up, Max. Yeah.
I'm not letting that one pass.
Yeah, I just realized beats on his body. Like, I meant like physical.
I don't
man.
know what y'all talking about.
Physicality down
come
there.
On, Kyle. No, you guys are, I don't know what it is, but I'm sure your minds are in the gutter. Grow up.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We've got some delays on westbound 94 from about 27th Street out to Mitchell Boulevard. The other pocket of heavy traffic is going to be on southbound 43, basically between Burleigh and Center Street, right past Locust. Just that one little pocket right there. Otherwise, everything else is looking pretty good. We do have one broken down vehicle on 41 southbound. Looks like they may have gotten this one cleaned up right around Holy Hill Road, but it was out of traffic anyway, so it's not really affecting anything. Traffic is brought to you by Land Rover Waukesha. Get 3.9 special APR financing for up to 72 months on a new 2025 Range Rover Velar at Land Rover Waukesha. Go to LandRoverWaukesha.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. For tonight, mostly cloudy skies. A few flurries are possible. A low of 24. Then tomorrow, mostly cloudy, breezy, chilly with scattered snow showers. A high of 28. Weather is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
That's the idea of a deal. Each side gets wins, right? They have Jordan Love under contract for the next 5 years.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
I think Packers fans would sign up for 12-5 today, and maybe they will be.
Right here on 94.5 ESPN, and also streaming live on the Wisconsin On Demand app and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Seems like gift season kind of snuck up on us, but Fleet Farm's ready to help. For the griller on your list, the Pit Boss Sportsman 500 pellet grill is now $249.99. For the pizza lover, the Biaggia pizza oven is just $79.99. Plus, Milwaukee deal days are happening all week long. So save on the hottest Milwaukee tools, like the M12 2-tool combo kit for just $99. Stop in soon and wrap up your gift list at Fleet Farm, home of the best prices, guaranteed.
Monica, what delightful surprise do you have for us this Christmas?
I've been waiting all day for your big reveal. Take a look and tell me what you see. Oh, that's gorgeous.
I see the North Star, that guiding light that always lets you know where you are.
The North Star is important to you?
Sitting directly above the axis of the Earth, it's the only star in the sky that never moves. It's always there for you.
Sarah? I see the star that stood high over Bethlehem 2,000 years ago.
Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might.
Monica, it's fabulous.
Nicole Lasker designed it.
I love her.
What's it called?
The Star of Hope. We have them in sterling silver with 4 diamonds for just $198. And in white gold with bigger and bigger diamonds at prices up to $19.98.
I love it.
I love it even more than Rick does.
The Star of Hope.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Football season. Best time of the year and my favorite time of the year. This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman. On game days, my favorite teammate is a cold carbless in my hand. Premium cocktails in a can made right here in the great state of Wisconsin. Maybe it's when I'm at the tailgate ahead of kickoff or getting ready at home for the game. Carbless is there. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and gluten-free. Carbless features classic cocktails like margarita, Paloma, and even Moscow Mule, and vodka cocktail flavors like cranberry, lemon, and peach. Find it on your next grocery trip. Carbless. Less is more.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Kyle Wallace for Universal Windows Direct. It is the holiday season, which is a time for family, friends, and staying cozy inside. But if your home is drafty, it's hard to stay comfortable. And with all the gift giving happening this time of year, why don't you give yourself the gift of lower energy bills with new windows from Universal Windows Direct? For every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free plus 0% financing for 60 months. Restrictions apply. Go to UWD.com and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Classic Alex Strofe. The year's not over. I can still come back, and there's an asterisk on this one, as I allegedly have lost an Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
There's a what on this one?
Asterisk. Don't know what it is, but it's a little thing with the 8 lines above the thing, so it says it's...
The 8 lines? You mean the little star?
Yeah, the 6-line star.
Is that how many...
number 8 on the keyboard.
Is that how many lines there are in an asterisk?
Yeah, I never...
Asterisk. Good job, Brian D.
Second
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Strofer on the show. Joining us now is the content director of ESPN Milwaukee, since Jesse Nelson is never available. To help us figure out the integrity of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, I have let the bosses know how I feel about the fix being in, Alex Strofe being fixated on winning at all costs. Can you let him speak, please?
This was big today. This got contentious, guys. I was watching and listening upstairs, and this felt a lot like, the WIAA playoffs where teams got in, but they didn't get in, and we've been talking about it for a month. This feels like it might have legs. It's a big moment, too, because this was the moment where we needed to decide whether or not Ben's going to be under 500 for the first time in the history of the show, right? Since the inception of
a big
KBN,
moment.
Since the Scalzo and Brust days.
Did you hear me out?
I heard you out. I understand where you're coming from, but it wouldn't have mattered. It would not have mattered.
What do you mean it wouldn't have mattered? He didn't let me answer the last question.
It wouldn't have mattered.
We gave you the opportunity to answer the last
but that wasn't within the rules of how the game was played. You said, answer as you would. You don't know what I would have said. My brain works harder in those 90 seconds than any other point when I'm focused.
You're trying to score a 9-point touchdown down 10. It's just, the math wasn't going to work. You're going to throw the first 10-point Hail Mary in the history of football?
This isn't the conversation we had upstairs, Brian. I thought you were seeing where I was coming from, and instead you're dancing on me like Brian is. I beat Ben a week ago, 800-990-3776. Would it feel better if he lost to me again? We then have Jake saying this is more satisfying than seeing Globo Gym fail to the average Joes.
Ooh, that was satisfying.
And then Brent chimes in mocking my alias, Marv here from Cedarburg. I'm a Benny believer, but change that W to a B in Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead.
Feathered and lethal. Yeah, no, I had no problem with how this was adjudicated. There was a little bit of debate as to whether or not the seismograph and the seismometer are the same thing. I Googled the question as soon as it happened because I knew this was going to happen before Ben even came into the room. I Googled the exact verbatim question. Brad, read it to me.
What instrument measures earthquakes?
You just Google that, and seismometer didn't come up. Seismograph did.
It did.
So who was our contestant
that's what
today?
Steve said. Stephen Kenosha.
But it's on Strofe to have the question and answer correct on the sheet. And if he has only one answer correct and it's not the one that the caller says, then we're losing the integrity of what the answers and questions are. He is not doing his due diligence as the producer to make sure that the questions and the answers are legit per ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
But you got it wrong too.
Yeah, but I also didn't get a chance to tie. He cut me off while I was in the zone. And then once I was out of the zone, I was already fixated on what the fix was.
Colorado, a pass, dopey. I don't know. Just something ridiculous that would come out your mouth.
You did say Cupid.
I was gonna say the Denali Mountains.
Oh, you just looked that up.
No, I wasn't. You can check the history on this computer.
Okay, where's the Denali Mountains at?
It's in Alaska. I know this.
It's not Denali Mountains. It's Denali. That's the name of the park. It's Mount McKinley. But for the record, record, in that one, Strofe has 2 answers here. Denali's accepted and Mount McKinley's accepted.
And that is my point. He only has one answer for the earthquake answer, and then he goes out of his way to you guys. He does not. He should have this buttoned up. And all I'm asking, Brian, is you button up that the producer has the questions and answers, all acceptable answers, in the sheet and said they make a ruling, and this should be thrown out completely based off the fact that this was not a legit Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? You can call me a baby.
All acceptable answers. What does that mean? That doesn't make any sense.
If he has a question and he doesn't have both answers for the earthquake question, because the answer that the caller had was not on Brad's sheet. Was it not, Brad?
You're getting pretty defensive about
It wasn't, but
it was not. Thank you very much.
It is
and
the
per
answer to the
law
question.
543B of ESPNWisconsinContest.com, that throws out the entire segment.
The questions are not a script. They are questions. You're trying to get the right answer, and the right answer.
Chris is right. Josh DiMaggio never would have let this happen, and he demands integrity.
Time out. We would have for sure had the shoe been on the other foot, because we had debates about whether or not we would have acceptable answers.
There should be no debate.
Oh, you weren't
the questions and the answers should be legit from the start, not figure it out as we go.
No. You're wrong.
Can I lob up this idea? So,
Go ahead.
Because this happened to Globo Jim, should we go sudden death? Should we have Steve call back in? Stephen Kenosha?
Stephen Kenosha.
Should we have
Steve
Steve
beat
call
him by 2? Why are we acting
because
like
you
Steve
lost
didn't win?
the integrity when you never let me had a chance to answer Denali, and that you had the wrong answer. You don't know that in the moment.
You
it
didn't
may
know
have
what that was until 3 seconds
because I
ago.
wasn't thinking about it in the moment of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, because the fix was in.
He passed on some of these, so why don't we go to some questions that he passed and see if he gets any of those right?
My other problem with this is there's a couple of questions that were just absolutely absurd answers from you that I believe should give you the L.
That has no bearings in ESPNWisconsinContest.com. That is a bias that you have towards me and my answers.
You said bunnies were the national
Every
animal of
question
Scotland.
lives as a question on its own, and it does not carry more weight if the answer is more wrong or less wrong.
You've watched enough Billy Madison in your life to know that borophyll is the pigment that makes plants green. You should know that.
I know the line. I just didn't know that.
I personally asked, what year did the Berlin Wall fall? 8 times. Not gotten it right.
What year?
This is all inconsequential to the argument at hand. Objection, Your Honor. We brought in the director of content. He has biases toward me. I'd like to throw him out of this conversation.
Toward you. You got 4 questions right. And even
and
if
didn't
you
have a
would've
chance
the
to get
extra,
5.
You would have got 5. Steve got 6.
And Steve
You're
got
trying
6.
to throw a 10-point touchdown
Steve
down
got
9.
6 based off Alex Strofe writing the question and having the answer as only one answer, and then he made an exception for Steve, which to me makes it not okay.
But it's a correct answer.
But it wasn't on his sheet. And
because he made a mistake.
And that is not okay in the integrity of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? And that is what I bring up today, Your Honor, as the reason why this needs to be thrown out. And it is a mistrial, and it is a absolute farce of an Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust today.
What a waste of our great KBN Nation time, where they could be sitting here learning about all these answers. Instead, they got to hear you wham, be a big old crybaby because you lost. You took an L. Guess what? You have weeks to catch up. This doesn't mean you're going to finish 2024.
Kyle, you sit there the whole segment and don't do anything. Your voice does not matter here.
I get them excited. I get them hyped up.
Yeah.
You guys remember Max Muncy? You know who Max Muncy is?
He played for the Dodgers.
Yeah, he's a Dodger, right? And he hit a walk-off home run in San Francisco one time into McCovey Cove. He hit the ball into the water in San Francisco, and the Giants pitcher started chirping him. And you know what Max Muncy said after the game? He said, if you don't want to chirp, don't let me hit your fastball into the ocean.
Unfortunately,
go get it out in the ocean.
Unfortunately, we had a rigged strike zone.
You could have got 9 questions right. You didn't. Don't put us in a situation where we have to adjudicate.
Alex Strofe put us in a situation where the caller was awarded points based off his bad question and answer in front of Brad Nortman. I am done. I have rested my case. You have spoke. I hear you out
before you ever started answering questions.
Look, I hear you, Brian D. I will take the loss with the pending appeal, and we will move forward with the show.
So
I'm appealing to Greg Scalzo.
How will we resolve this?
I will appeal.
It's resolved.
You're going to the Supreme Court now?
Yes. I have lost in the state court. I'm going to the U.S. Supreme Court.
Are you proud of the losers you put on the air? That's the question I have for you. Are you proud of the loser you put on the air? This was your decision to put him on the air. You're putting ESPN Milwaukee in this position because this guy can't accept a loss. You proud of that?
249 days a year, yes. Today, no.
Thank you.
You can see yourself out, content director. I really enjoyed that. That was way worse than what I had thought I was going to get from him. Of course, he goes with Kyle, Brad, and Strofe because 250 days out of the year, they don't make his life bad at all. It's the one extra that got me right here today during this segment with Brian D. Okay, I'll take a deep breath. I'm going to take a deep breath, Brad. You're going to tell us about Carbless, and then we're going to come back and see if Jordan Love is meeting all of your expectations, because my expectations have not been met in Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust from Alex Strofe.
Oh, on a day like today, it calls for celebration. I think a celebration, I think a Carbless. I'm going right down to the Nortman fridge at the Nortman Estate. I'm grabbing myself a Carbless to celebrate Ben Brust being below 500. Whether you're celebrating, whether you're watching a football game, whether you're just hanging out, cozying up by the fire with your loved one. For me, it's Lexi. Man, a Carbless has to be in your hand. You have to discover why less is more. Because for me, I try to eat healthy. I try to be able to stay in shape to a certain degree. It's important to me. When you get to this age, it's important to you too. That's why I need a ready-to-drink cocktail that's made right here in Wisconsin that is also gluten-free, carb-free, sugar-free. That means guilt-free. That is Carbless. 100 calories per can and less carbonation. When you taste it, you know what I'm talking about. And not only that, there's so many different cocktails. There's the cocktail flavors like mojito and margarita. That's my favorite. And Paloma. But so many fruit flavors. Cranberry, especially around Thanksgiving and Christmas, particularly hits. I would recommend that one. There's so many to choose from, though. Carbless is my go-to drink. I want it to be your go-to drink. Try it if you haven't already. When you're walking through your local grocery store, you're going to see it right there. That's the sign that you need to go ahead and go buy it and enjoy it this holiday season. Less is more with Carbless.
You four merely adopted Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? I was born in it. This is a bad day for the Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust segment.
Back to L's, baby.
Has Jordan Love lived up to your expectations this year? He hasn't for me. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
My offer, as we've come up with at KBN, thanks to JD and Fondy, reutilizing Judy, who's still in my garage right now.
Is she a big booty Judy or a little flapjack booty Judy?
She's got a little something to her. I'll say that.
Oh, she got some
Judy the blow-up doll. She got a little something to her.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We've got a new accident right now on 94 southbound. It's basically on the off-ramp to College Avenue from the 94 southbound collector ramp. So just watch out for that. Westbound 94, a bit heavy from 25th Street out through to Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound 43 is getting heavier right through the Marquette interchange and onto the high-rise bridge. And southbound on 41 slowing from just before Capitol Drive to just before Burleigh. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy, a few flurries possible, a low of 24. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, breezy, chilly, scattered snow showers with a high of 28. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Seems like gift season kind of snuck up on us, but Fleet Farm's ready to help. For the griller on your list, the Pit Boss Sportsman 500 pellet grill is now $249.99. For the pizza lover, the Biaggia pizza oven is just $79.99. Plus, Milwaukee deal days are happening all week long. So save on the hottest Milwaukee tools, like the M12 2-tool combo kit for just $99. Stop in soon and wrap up your gift list at Fleet Farm, home of the best prices, guaranteed.
There's only one store that gives you every possible choice in diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen.
For years, I had been saying I didn't understand why NFL teams were hiring his assistants and why college teams weren't. If you look, everybody, rightfully so, Matt Patricia, Josh McDaniels, Eric Mangini, Romeo Crennel, in the NFL, Brian Flores, Joe Judge, Brian Daboll, they haven't been overwhelmingly successful, to say the least, in the NFL, right? Because they build it like a college program. Conversely, Nick Saban, Kirk Ferentz, Pat Hill, Bill O'Brien have all been successful in college. Yeah. We ignore that part of it. Billy
O at a couple of places too.
Yeah, exactly. And in the most impossible of situations at Penn State at the time. He was able to run New England like a college program for 20 years because that's his mindset, but also because he had the greatest quarterback of all time who was willing to be a 50-year senior every year, right, in essence. And so I never understood why the NFL teams didn't get that and why college programs didn't understand he runs a college program.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play. Like Bear Dynasty interior paint, their most durable one-coat hide paint ever. From a team color statement wall to a fan cave, complete with a mural honoring Nick Saban's 17-year dynasty.
Hey, I like that idea.
Nothing beats Bear Dynasty interior paint. It's everything you need all in one can.
Defend your game time with Bear and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Valid only when intended to colors from the Bear Dynasty and Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Color Collection.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta Restaurants. Purchase a gift card at bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I would like to send a big thank you to Palermo's Pizza. For the last 2.5, 3 years of my life, because I've only been able to talk about them for the last 2 years on these airwaves, once I was introduced to Palermo's by our great endorsers and our great teammates here at ESPN Milwaukee, and I'd obviously started to learn about it when I was in Madison, and I'm glad now I get to share with the entire audience across ESPN Wisconsin what Palermo's means to me. They're back, boys, and they're back for some more KBN because they love that I get to spread the message with Kyle and Brad, even though they're not directly affiliated. We get to share our love for all the different brands. We get to go to their facility, and they gift us great pizzas. We do free Pizza Friday, Frozen Pizza Friday, where we give prize packs to our fans. So shout out to them for being a great partner of the show, because despite what happened last segment, they put a smile on my face because I've loved Screamin' Sicilian, the neighborhood pizza. Urban Pie Pinza is like, now every time I go to a local grocer, my eyes go, where is that crust that was sent in from Italy that they make right here in Wisconsin? They have delicious pizza, and if you heard us talking about it, and especially me talking about it, when you go to your local grocer, Frozen Pizza Friday. Don't want to cook, don't want to clean. They have a pizza for everyone. So enjoy Palermo's and find your local grocer's freezer. And shout out to the Bears fan that makes some decisions for Palermo's that's decided to keep believing in us despite the fact that we rag on the Bears daily. Shout out John and Palermo's.
Only good decision he's made, Palermo's.
I just gave him a shout out. This is the only good decision he's made.
Yeah, I mean, being a Bears fan is terrible. So the Palermo's one, creating this great pizza and being part of that family, mwah.
And to parlay off that, Kyle, is Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe, you, KBN Nation at 800-990-3776. We get to have conversations about Jordan Love in a way better light, in a fun light, versus I already know the answer to the question that I'm about to ask in Chicago. Has Jordan Love lived up to your expectations this year? If I were to ask, has Caleb Williams lived up to your expectations this year? Hell no, he hasn't, but we get to have a real discussion about what we've seen from the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love this year. Obviously, this season was interesting for him. Starting the year off with the injury in Brazil, coming back from the injury after Malik Willis, or Malik as one of our great fans called him, and led them to 2 victories. Then pulled his groin. Since he's came off the injury, I think he's looked better. But despite everything that's happened this season, do you feel as if Jordan Love has lived up to your expectations? Has he been great, good, average, below average? We'll get that poll out, and I want to hear from Brad and Kyle.
To me, he has not quite lived up to expectations. He has had a good season. He hasn't had a great season. Now, since the bye, he has been playing closer to that level that he was last year, right? But from week 1 in Brazil, playing the Eagles, up and through the bye, yes, he had those injuries that kept him sidelined, and clearly was not as mobile and as quick as he would like to be. But even with that being said, guys, I mean, to have as many interceptions as he's had, to have as many bad decisions as he's had, And honestly, just to be pretty pedestrian in a lot of major categories. He's 15th in quarterback rating. He's 11th in QBR. Now, he is pretty high in touchdown passes, right? He is slinging the pill at 7th of those. Oh, and missing 2.5 games, really. But so high in interceptions. He's below average in completion percentage. So all of his statistics put together would put him somewhere kind of middle of the pack, maybe slightly better than that. But what I would expect from Jordan Love, who has proven that he can play elite for a long period of time, we saw that last year, who elicited the highest contract in NFL history on a per-year basis when he signed it, I would expect a quarterback that would be performing for anywhere from elite to great almost the entire season, and we just have not seen that. Now, the one glimmer of hope is since the bye, I don't think he's thrown an interception. He's looked clean. He's looked accurate. He's making good decisions. He is doing things that look like old Jordan Love. But you have to look at all 12 games, guys, not just the last 4. All 12 games would say he has not performed to expectations. I expect the current trend to continue, that he will finish the year strong into the playoffs, but all 12 games taken holistically, I don't think you would say, yes, that is the season I expected out of the top quarterback, financially in the NFL, coming off of one of the greatest stretches in Packer history, which that is not a hyperbole. That's what those last 10 games were last year. He's playing closer to that, but all 12 games has not reached my expectations.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, Brad. Jordan Love this year, based off the way he finished the last season and being top 3 in touchdown passes last year, you probably expected a little bit more out of Jordan Love to be a little bit more consistent. But overall, I'm not going to sit here and act like it's just been a disappointment from Jordan Love this year. I still think Jordan Love is playing at a very high level. He's one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. Despite missing multiple games this season, he's still top 10 in touchdown passes this year. He does fantastic the last couple games. Last 4 games, a passer rating over 100, right? And in most of those games, we won those football games. We're 3-1 in those games. And in the Detroit game, though we lost the game, Jordan Love was part of the reason why we were in that football game. First half, he only had 3 completions, had a lot of pressure. He didn't have a lot of help around him, but in the second half, they bounced back and they played well, and that is because of Jordan Love. So we can sit here and be upset about Jordan Love not playing like the top quarterback in the NFL. He's not putting up a Josh Allen type season. He's not putting up a Lamar Jackson type season. But for me, he's still playing very well this year. And so overall, I'm not going to sit here and be disappointed with it. Jordan Love is still a quality quarterback, and I am actually satisfied with the way he's played this year. Is there room to grow? Absolutely. Do I think he's going to continue to ascend now, he's going to play against Seattle. He's going to have a chance against New Orleans and the Bears again. I think he'll be A-okay. At the end of the day, I wouldn't take any other quarterback in the NFL over Jordan Love today.
Yeah. Cheesehead Bucky, 800-990-3776. We do have a poll out as well. How do you believe Jordan Love has played this year? Great, 7%. Good, 53%. Average, 40%. Below average has nothing yet, which is good because I don't think anyone would say he's below average. I just want to see if there's any trolls out there. Cheesehead Bucky, you're up on Kyle Brust and Nortman.
How you guys doing today? So my thing is it wasn't the best start, but there were a lot of injuries there. And since Jordan Love's been fully healthy, he's first in the NFL. This is week 11 through 14. He's first in the NFL with 10.3 yards per attempt. He's third in the NFL with a 118.8 passer rating. He has 6 touchdown passes to 1 interception. He's 8th in adjusted completion at 79.3. EPA per play, he's second in the NFL. So, the thing is once he got fully healthy, we started to see the guy that we've been waiting to see all year. It just sucked that it had to take so long because of the injuries. And I think early in the season with those injuries, he was pressing to make plays with his arms instead of his legs.
Hey, Cheesehead Bucky, I appreciate you coming with the insight, the info, and the statistics to back it up. I will say, we're asking holistically. I think we'd all agree that week 11 through week 14, since the bye, we have seen a Jordan Love that has played better.
Improvement. Top 5 quarterback
this year, holistically, I would say good. I would say good. The Packers' record is 9-4.
It is.
That's also good.
That's also you can say QB is wins and losses isn't a QB stat.
Oh,
but
for this team it is.
But at the end of the day, we all talk about how important the quarterback is to the team, so I'm willing to put some of his leadership into the component of, yes, he's been good. Carl, in Milwaukee, I believe we high-fived just outside the 3rd Street Market Hall before I lost an Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? You're up, if I'm reading this correctly.
You got it. You got that right, Ben. I was the guy.
What up, Carl?
What's up, Carl?
Hey, what's up, Kyle?
Hey,
you gave me. Yeah, man, you gave me a lot of love through the glass, and Brad, I saw your back, and there was no doubt you were one time an NFL punter. You had it all dialed up.
All right, Carl, stop, Carl. Carl,
friend of the show.
Nah, I don't like how he's buttering these two up.
Yeah, Carl.
No buttering up. It was fate that brought me to the Third Street Market today, because here's what I'm going to just lay some truth on KBM Nation. I want you to hear this. My wife and I are downtown shopping, come around the corner, and here we are. Ben is looking in, like paying attention, concentrating, got his game face on, and right there behind him, the spirit of Jeff Foxworthy was right there laying hands on him. Ben was so prepared for Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? He is clearly a genius in this. I wouldn't be calling except for that above 500 is on the line here. There's no way. Ben was wrong. Ben needs another shot at this. He cannot go sub 500. This is a non-issue. Ben,
wow.
I got your back. You did it.
Carl, we need a lot more of you in this world. A lot more of you, Carl.
I like Carl. Carl's
a good dude. Good dude to me.
He might be wrong about you, Ben, but yeah.
Thank you, Carl. You just made my day. Sean and Beaver Dam, our guy. You're up on Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Hey, guys. To weigh in on Jordan, I mean, I love him too. And as Kyle pointed out, top 10 in the quarterback, and your two callers ago have some great stats. But when you're getting paid that kind of money, I think we need some signature wins. We need to be able to get, we can beat up on the schmoes, but we need, I shouldn't say that. We haven't exactly done that a couple occasions, but we need those signature wins. And one thing I want to say, too, is we need to get rid of Jair Bakhtiari. Thank you, guys. Talk to you later.
Wow. How about that?
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if it wasn't his last year as a Green Bay Packer.
Yeah. Old and expensive. It's not Goody's type.
You guys, we got to calm down with that. Like, we have to.
You have a soft spot for him. You do. It's okay.
Fellow DB.
Okay. All right. I just believe I believe it's easier to replace a tackle with the Packer organization than replace a corner, because I've seen it before.
Yeah, but you're replacing air right now.
An absence.
That's all I got for you, Kyle.
No slander.
If you feel that way, if you want him back, maybe you can go to Pato and bet him on Defensive Player of the Year next year, and then maybe he might not Bakhtiari. Or
I like my money in my pocket.
Yeah, okay, so you don't even believe in that either.
Defensive Player.
Yeah, no, I'm going a little far there. But as you've heard, guys, Potawatomi Sportsbook is amazing. I see you guys text about it. I see you guys wanting to come check the weekly wager out. You know why? Because the 200 seating area with 2,000 square foot video wall is must watch and view and experience at the Potawatomi Casino Hotel. They have bingo, table games, slot machines, but most importantly, that new 2,000 square foot video wall is amazing. And if you're in a rush, they have 20-minute reserved parking spaces. You can use a rewards card. That's a winning play. Bet above the rest. Learn more at paysbig.com/sportsbook. Build your bets there and have a great time and enjoy the wonderful food that we've raved about. We wrap up the ESPN Wisconsin portion. I have a lot to say. I don't want to hijack again. So it's a surprise on the other side.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
And I'm sure he'll offer this opportunity again.
Absolutely
What are you going to
not.
sell? What are you going to say to Ben Brust?
I'm saying you don't get your hand on my goddamn face. No. It's a no. I can say it in different languages. No, no, no.
Niche or whatever it is.
I don't know.
Nine.
That's a firm way to say no.
Nine. Next time we say nine.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. It doesn't matter if it's your first betting slip ever or just the first one of the week. We've got your Potawatomi Sportsbook picks covered. Tune in Wednesdays to the Weekly Wager with Greg Matzik, Ben Brust, and Jen Latta.
If someone gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything, you take it.
The Weekly Wager, Wednesday nights at 6, right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel.
Hi, Monica.
This is our WOW engagement ring for Christmas.
Wow.
Wow.
It features a 1-carat created diamond center stone.
Completely surrounded by a halo of little created diamonds that makes it look huge.
And each of those 3 bands is covered in diamonds.
I've never seen anything like it.
2 carats total weight.
There's no way this is less than $5,000.
No, we're selling these for half that much.
$24.98? I need to lie down and put a cool rag on my forehead.
And you can choose a 1-carat round, oval, or radiant diamond as your center stone.
Kessler's is the coolest store in the world.
But there's more. Look at this.
It's a matching pendant. Take that rag off your head and get up, Rick. You have to see this.
How big is that?
It's a 1.5-carat created diamond, surrounded by the same halo of little created diamonds. 2 1/3 carats total weight.
This tag says it's just $1,998.
See it for yourself at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Oh, my back.
Santa?
Gina Dello from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Santa's doing OT.
Let me make a call.
Frighteningly fast pellet team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
I know. Ask for a Pella gift card. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get as low as $19 per window and $81 per patio door per month.
PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions apply. Ends 12/31/2024.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta here with Brad Nortman, and we've got a holiday deal from Quintessa Aesthetic Center that you don't want to miss.
That's right, Jen. The holidays are coming up fast. And if you're looking for the perfect gift for that special woman in your life, or maybe you're interested in checking out Quintessa for yourself, we've got you covered.
Now, through December 20th, for every $100 gift card you buy, you'll get a $20 bonus card. It's a once-a-year deal to make her holiday unforgettable or treat yourself.
Visit myquintessa.com today to grab this special offer.
Kevin Moret for Mentality Men's Health. Guys, I know you hate to feel weak. That means something different for every guy, but for most guys, it means the way they look and move through their day. Did you know that 70% of Mentality clients see an increase in their muscle mass, their muscle tone, and the way they look? This means our clients got their confidence back. If you're looking to look and feel the way you did years ago, join the over 25,000 guys at Mentality and get your confidence back. Go to mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
And free groceries.
Okay, just calm down. We'll get to that later.
Stay tuned in right here to score free groceries.
Stop, please.
Okay, I'm shutting up. My lip is zipped.
Anyway, let's get to this week's specials at Century Foods.
Now through Wednesday, save on 24-pack Essential Everyday Purified Water, 2 for $6. 9.6 to 16.1 ounce selective varieties, Kellogg's cereal, 2 for $7. 11 to 12 ounce or 10 count selective varieties, Starbucks coffee, $7.99. Gallon selective varieties, Prairie Farms white or chocolate milk, $3.99.
And now time for the big reveal. Free groceries.
That's too over the top. Try this. Win free groceries from Century Foods.
Win free groceries from Century Foods.
Forget it. I'll handle the rest. Enter to win $500 worth of free groceries on Century's Facebook or Instagram by January 8th.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe running the show. KBN Nation at 800-990-3776. And one great thing about talking to all of you across ESPN Wisconsin is telling you about the Princeton Club, because the lowest rates of the year in Madison and in New Berlin are right now. Madison Hayes, 24 on Instagram, can attest to the great things that I talk about. Madison, in New Berlin and in Madison, how often do you see new things coming in? Upgrades in the locker room, new equipment, new bikes, new weights. It's like they've invested millions of dollars, and you can talk to the fans like I can about actually seeing it.
Yeah, all the time. And they also send out little surveys, and you can put like what you want to improve on or whatever. And then you get like actual emails from the managers there. It's like, thanks for the feedback. We're going to work on this.
They listen to you, and everyone loves a place that listens to you and provides free childcare with the membership, open 24/7. You can find your passion, weights, cardio, workout classes, basketball courts, tennis courts. They have it all. I've done personal training. It was great for me. When I can get back in a lifestyle, I will definitely get back with my guy, Maddie. But I got to do what I can do as a new dad, and they provide that with that free childcare. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club and join with the lowest rates of the year. Lock it in 2024 for all of next year. 800-990-3776. Brad, do you still have Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust answers?
Sure do.
If you missed it, we need to go through the answers because I continuously get texts and see the YouTube comments. People want to know the answers.
Okay.
So go through the answers quickly, please.
All right, let's do this. Number one, as of 2024, how many Olympic Games have been hosted in Africa? 0. You got that one right. What is the heaviest naturally occurring element on the Earth? Uranium. And what year did the Berlin Wall fall? Man, this is like the 8th time. 1989. Okay.
2 years before I was born. 2 years before I was born. Go.
What is the only planet in the solar system that rotates clockwise? Venus. What is the pigment that gives plants?
How do you get that one?
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Guess.
That was a guess?
Yeah. 1 of 9.
What is the pigment that gives plants their color green? Chlorophyll, more like borophyll.
Nailed it.
Chlorophyll. What is the name of the fairy in Peter Pan? Not Cupid. Tinkerbell.
Thought about that one too. He said, wait. Cupid!
Yeah, exactly. With such conviction. What is the part of the eye? What is the colored part of the eye called? The iris. I didn't know this one. I learned this one today. What are the dots on a domino officially called? Pips. P-I-P-S. Pips.
Like Gladys Knight.
Who?
Oh.
Gladys Knight's Pips.
There you go. You don't know who Gladys Knight is, Brad?
Keep going, boys.
What is the official name for a lie detector test? Polygraph. What is the only mammal that's capable of true flight? Not a penguin, not an ostrich, like Steve said. A bat. A bat.
Yeah.
Damn.
Who is known as the father of evolution? Charles Darwin, the one that has given us so much issues. What is the instrument that measures earthquakes?
What's the answer, Ben?
I don't remember.
Seismometer or seismograph? That we are accepting. Seismometer. It's not like one of those like accent things in a dictionary on what influx there. 13. What is the national animal of Scotland? Unicorn.
Bunnies.
Not bunnies. And finally, the tallest
Unicorn's not real.
It's not real.
That's what it is, though. Tallest mountain in North America.
What's the answer, Ben?
Denali. Or the McKinley.
Mount McKinley, also acceptable.
He learned that one.
Is the Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust that put Ben below 500.
Coming up next on 100.5 ESPN is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Joining them in 2 minutes, roughly, is our CEO and founder, Craig Karmazin. A big announcement as 100.5 ESPN Madison will be the new home as an affiliate of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Go Brewers.
You have the Dam Sports Show in Beaver Dam. And the 414 Hour 4 with us. 94.5 ESPN, YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. It's Kyle Bruston-Nortman back in 2 minutes. The big boss, Craig Karmazin on ESPN Madison.
You're gonna go to the record store. You're gonna give them all your money. Radio plays what they want you to hear.
Eastbound on 94. We got backups from 84th Street all the way through to 35th. The westbound side's heavy from about 25th Street all the way to Hawley Road.